How do me and my wife rebuild our marriage after I had a one-night stand or like a hookup, I guess, with her stepmother?
What's going on, everyone? My name is Mark Reel Jr., the father's rights attorney, and today we're going to look over some social media videos. We're going to react. We're going to talk through the different family law issues.
How do me and my wife rebuild our marriage after I had a one-night stand or like a hookup, I guess, with her stepmother?
Wow.
Eric, let's just, as they say, back that thing up. Say what?
We were all drinking together. We all killed a bottle of tequila.
This is insane.
3 of us in the hour. And then it was just me and her stepmom in her apartment. My wife went downstairs with the kids, and basically she was asleep, and I was on the couch just waiting for her. I was going to wake her up for her work call. She was like supervising or whatever. So I was standing there making sure she woke up to do that. And when she woke up, her top fell off. She was wearing a bikini. Her top fell off and put it back on. And then I kind of like pursued after that.
Sounds like
and
a porno.
So your marriage is over. You're not going to rebuild this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I mean, I can't think of a more egregious violation, man. I can. Kids and beyond kids, this.
Yeah, it's definitely.
Yeah, you've blown it up. I think the integrous thing to do is to treat your wife with dignity and respect as y'all make. I mean, I can't think of a more like just dishonoring thing you could do to somebody.
So let's talk about the family law issues that I see in this. The first one, and this is super, super common, whether it's the husband or the wife cheats. In the state of California, that is irrelevant. And if you come to me and you say, hey, she cheated on me, I don't want her to get anything, I don't want her to have child support, I don't want her to have any custody, I don't want her to get any of the property. Well, unfortunately, or maybe for you, fortunately, in the state of California, cheating is irrelevant. We are a no-fault state. There's only 2 reasons you can get divorced, and one of them makes up 99.9% of divorces, and that's simply irreconcilable differences. Now, there are situations where you can get divorced because of insanity or basically loss of mind. But that's very, very, very rare. And even individuals who have maybe early onset dementia or actual mental illnesses don't even qualify for that. So first thing is, in this situation, fortunately for him, he cheated. There's really no punishment. Now, that doesn't mean the judge won't look at you poorly. So you were having sexual relations with your stepmom while your children and wife were in the home. So they may look poorly upon your judgment for doing that, but there's going to be no statutory or any sort of punishment that's required by the family code. So this marriage is headed for divorce. The cheating really doesn't matter in this situation, but if you're a man and you find yourself in this situation, what can you expect? Now, the doctor who was calling into his radio show, I think, gave great advice that you have to treat the other party with respect, because there's a high degree of likelihood that this is going to be an extremely emotional divorce. I would be shocked if this happens and the woman doesn't attempt to go scorched earth and get you stuck with supervised visitation. Probably going to point out that, hey, he drinks, he can't control what he does. Look at his decision-making when he does drink. So you're going to want to show that you can act dispassionately, without emotion, in these situations. So number one is gaining your senses. Don't be emotional about it. Be very dispassionate about it and continue to treat the other party with respect. Now, if you do that, there's nothing in this story that's going to prevent you from having substantial custody, whether that means being the primary custodial parent, having 50-50 custody, or having a substantial custody share. There's nothing about cheating or any situation like that that is going to prevent that from occurring. Typically what we see is when situations like this occur, the man will make another mistake or a series of mistakes that may call into question his consumption of alcohol, may call into question whether he can control his emotions, whether he has anger issues. So usually it's not necessarily the act of cheating, but that's tends to be a sign of poor decision making. And if you make poor decisions as your divorce process gets started, that's going to put you behind the 8 ball. That's going to dig a hole for yourself in regards to getting a type of custody order that you would want. So that's the biggest tip, and that's the biggest piece when a mistake is made and a marriage is ending, is don't compound these mistakes. Don't go make an emotional decision. Don't go make a threat. Don't continue consuming excessive amounts of alcohol. If a situation like this occurred and you were a regular drinker, would probably advise you to maybe seek some counseling, seek some therapy, maybe attend AA meetings, depending on how serious or frequent the alcohol consumption was. But this is a situation where the mistake in itself ended the marriage, but the mistake is not going to harm your chances of getting custody. Typically what you're going to see is that more mistakes are going to be made early on, and then you're going to need to hire me to dig you out of the hole you're in from the threats you make, the emotional decisions, maybe consuming other substances, maybe getting other things from your past with her drug up. So if you do make a mistake, whether it's cheating, whether it is consuming too much alcohol, consuming illegal drugs, the worst thing you can do is make another mistake on top of that. That one mistake, we can own it and we can go from there, and you can still get a very good outcome. It's when you make that mistake and then you compound it with another mistake, and then you give her enough to file and get a temporary restraining order granted, that all of a sudden then we are behind the 8 ball. So that's my piece for today is, if you make a mistake, you need to take a step back, take a deep breath, and prevent yourself from making that second, third, and fourth mistake that will cost you dearly in your divorce. I'm Mark Reel Jr., the father's rights attorney. Hope you found today's video informative, educational, maybe a little bit entertaining, and we'll see you guys all again next time.